Daniel has said a lot of things. Is there an ideal scenario where Accra Hearts of Oak actually come out of this unscathed?
Well, on paper it looks very difficult for Hearts of Oak. Let me start with this. If their option or their new direction was David Oklu, then they should have kept Samuel Boyd.
Especially going into a game of this
and
like coach mentioned, if you are an elite team and you are sacking a coach, you have a contingency plan. You know who you are bringing in.
The whole setup makes me understand that one, Hearts of Oak had no plan post Samuel Boyd immediately. It's more like Matra Makwe scenario for them. And I look at what they are going to. I tell people that your coach is equally as important as the players. Because as a football team, much of what you do on the pitch boils down to your coach. It's like a movie. Once the scriptwriter has gotten it right, the actors just fill into it. So if your coach doesn't get it right, the players equally will struggle. Now you put in a coach who we all know where it's coming from. Deputy for the Ogun, he left Liberty on a very bad note of the poor results. So he's not that your top class manager you need in Africa at the moment. Now for Hearts of Oak, yes, Danny talks about the experience and all that. Fortunately for them also, the Malian League ended in June or July, and the opponent, the Real Bamako side, haven't been able to play any competitive football aside their last game against AS Johannes, where they drew goalless, home and away, and won on penalties. So this is the positive they can pick here, that they are playing against an opponent who have not also played in any real competition. Well, their last league match was a 1-0 win.
It was the cup match.
Cup match.
Yeah, it was just a weekend.
Good. So they've also not played competitively in Mali. But I look at what Hearts of Oak did. The timing of the change of the technical team. And I have a problem with that one. The timing for me is wrong, and I feel that this gamble they've taken could hurt them. It's a gamble worth or not worth taking at this crucial moment. I feel that they should have they could have hold on to this gamble and finish the first round, plan better before moving ahead from Samuel Boyd. This is one of those situations where if things go well, yes, the management to have a full day. But if things go bad, and they suffer the fate of Kotoko, all hell will break loose. We were here when we saw the fans chase them at the secretariat one afternoon. They were here, yes, until Boyd came to rescue them. And I feel that at the moment it's a gamble where they just have to rely on a manager who has less experience in Africa. Yes, the players are good, but I still think that away from home, a draw is what they should be able to fight for. Then at the Passport Stadium, they should rely on their 12th man to win this one. If not, I don't know how Akambi, how Odote will explain this to the fans for what has happened to some of you, including the one
Especially because they kept on hammering that Boyd can't do anything in Africa. So if Boyd, who had won 5 trophies in 18 months, can't do anything in Africa, it is the one who was sacked from a relegated team who can come in and do something in Africa. They better win.
Coach, let me give you the last word on this. Nathan, you want to have a bite?
I just want to say
quick.
You know what our elders say, right? Like if you see your neighbor's beard on fire, those kind of things. Hearts of Oak should learn from the Kotoko example, because it can easily go wrong.
Kotoko actually went and got a win away from home, and still couldn't finish.
What I'm referring to is where you will need a shootout to qualify. That's the only thing I'll tell Hearts of Oak. They should think about this carefully.
Yeah.
And think about the fact that AS Real Bamako got here via a shootout. I didn't see that shootout. But any team that wins a shootout, it tells you that when it comes back to them, they could probably do it again. So Hearts of Oak, don't walk yourself into that situation.
Yeah.
Where at the Accra Sports Stadium, you need a shootout to save you. On that day, you may fail, not because you are a bad team, but the weight of expectation might just break everybody. So make sure you can execute and execute well in 180 minutes. Then we can go back to the group stage of the Comfort Cup. It will be the first time a Ghanaian team is getting this far in many, many years. And we'll be happy. So Hearts of Oak, just understand this assignment. If you are playing for a shootout, I'm begging you, stop thinking about it. Stop. And win this tie over 2 legs very quickly. Because we've seen what can happen. On a day when you feel you are on top, you can walk into a shootout and just the nerves can destroy everything. That's what I'll say for that.
Coach, wrap this up for us.
No, the fact of the matter is, if you run a football team like the way Alhaji Akambi, Honorable Dote, Dr. Nyautamaglu, and for that matter, Toby Afede. If you run a football team like this, you get beat and you get punished. Look, when Hasselfolk sacked those two coaches before they brought in Samuel Bodo, you remember I sat on scorecard and I said, look, you don't run a football team like this. Maybe you will see this working once in 1,000 times. Would it work? You sack a coach, you appoint then the person goes and win the league. But even at the time, when the sackings and the change of technical heads were made, they went in for the very best in the country at that time. Samuel Bodo at that time was the very best because his Midyama team had led the league that was truncated and then was in very good position at the time he was living.
Yeah.
But this time you sack Samuel Bodo and you've gone in for somebody
Relegation master.
who last appointed.
That's unfair. It was just
No, but that is the fact.
he was not the one who relegated.
What is the achievement of Okulu in coaching?
No, but to call him a relegation master is unfair.
No, but he's relegated. He helped relegated Liverpool professionals.
So, but exactly, but he was not the only one. It's unfair to point fingers at just.
They claim he helped.
You see,
he helped them to play.
But don't call him
And what-
relegation master.
Nketsia,
Relegated.
look, what makes it even more serious is the damning verdict that members on the board gave to Samuel Bodo. Even when he was winning them the league and he was winning them the FA Cup, they kept questioning
Yeah.
his technical know-how, tactical know-how. They kept questioning it, and I was wondering, wow, it means the vision where people like Odote, Dr. Nyautamaglu and Co wants to see Hasselfolk. It's like, even I quite remember that even the bankroll of the team equated Hasselfolk to the likes of Real Madrid. You remember that story, isn't it? He said Hasselfolk is like the Real Madrid. That is where Hasselfolk belong. But for heaven's sake, goodness me, if this is what you think and you run this club like this is equated to Susubribi.
No disrespect to Susu.
No disrespect to them.
Yeah.
But they themselves are aware that is a fact. Look, the timing is so bad.
Oh boy.
The timing is such that even your top players are not on form. That is the issue.
Yep.
Those players we are all calling upon.
Has Awako been on form since he came to Hearts of
I'm
Oak?
telling you that he is not on form. Barnier himself, no form. Has he been scored this season?
But yeah, these days he's a luxury. He's popping
He
in
goes
with
to
the
the
Black
Black
Stars,
Stars.
Black Meteors.
Otoado gave him 30 seconds to come and prove his mantle against Nicaragua.
30 seconds to win his second cup.
Can you imagine?
A cup is a cup.
What identity did the board of Hasselfolk,
Yeah.
what identity did they ever imagine that Okulu will bring on board? Okulu has never been there before. One would have thought that Samuel Bodo has gone there the first time.
Yep.
He's
has
experienced
learned
the
something.
situation. He's learned something.
Give him a
Let's
chance.
give
to
him
go
a
second
try
time.
and let's see. Granted, do you foresee Okulu forming that form of bond that Samuel Bodo formed with the team when he was given the team to coach? That Abi Okulu Akemin Lala Leala.
I'm afraid
Okulu Min Lala Ibala. What type of song or what song
Football.
is he going to sing?
A football team is not a choir, it's about tactics.
Or maybe
we're afraid we'll be
Elijah
relegated.
Kambi will be the choir master, and then Odote will orchestrate the words of the song, and then Elijah coming from in the left, right, center. Odote, what is that?
He won't do that. He won't do that no more.
I can't believe what just happened.
I don't go no more because come on, Ben I'm 14, Ben I'm 14. The way they are, look, House of Folk is bigger than any. Look, why would you do that? Why would you do this? Maybe House may go past Bamako, they may go past the team in Mali. But the next draw, those in the Champions League who would have failed to qualify for the group stage.
I think after this is the group stage, isn't it?
No,
There's a third
the Champions League people will drop, they will come down.
Yeah, they'll drop.
And that one you will play home first. When you play home first, then they'll take you to the north.
Yeah.
Beat you good. Beat you and beat you good. And then you come again. Look, so Okro has been given what? Less than 6 days
Yep.
to mold his team
Yep.
and prepare them for such a big game, especially when the team is not on form. The players are struggling for goals. They cannot keep clean sheet. There's everything wrong with the team. Everything is wrong with the setup of House of Folk. We'll be watching a game tomorrow on TV. No, Mark Bain Bemi, Mark Bain Fijiami, Mark Bain Ofiano me. Mark Quale feature. Oklu should not be saying, we should see some proper tactics. Me, I wouldn't have walked into the job.
Yeah.
Oklu himself knows that he's been appointed as a deputy. Why would you take up such a position? You just heard that they've sacked their head coach. No more only no more big profile.
Yeah.
Are we going forward or we are retrogressing? I will not say much.
Yeah.
We wait to see what will happen. He should put together his song that will galvanize our coup and co to go beyond their limit. Because we will not accept any perfect coalition. If energy is lost, it should be lost. If it is gained, it should be gained. I will not accept the fact that both energy is neither lost nor gained. Me accept it. Tell you why you work out when you're not one in your body now. I know my diablo.
Okay. Still on Hearts of Folk, Daniel, talk to us about your namesake, aka the decisions theory. It looks like he's almost at the end of the road with Accra Hearts of Folk. So the reports this week say that he was offered a second contract. So he's turned down an initial renewal offer. He was offered a second renewal offer and he turned it down again. What does this mean, one, for, I mean, his mind state going into a game like this for he himself, his future, and for Accra Hearts of Folk generally?
Going into a game like this, look, he's a professional. He knows once he's under contract, I'm sure he's a professional. He'll be focused on the job. But I see, the sad truth is that Ghana is not the end goal for any player that starts.
At all.
No.
Any player that is playing
At all.
here is not thinking about playing their whole career over here. Everybody's looking outside. You see, for a free Banye, I'm sure he's looking at the trend with Hearts of Folk and how they have gone about business when it comes to star players season after season.
Yeah.
They don't tend to sell them. And I think he's thought about it and he feels like running down his contract and then getting a move outside will be the best possible way for him to do, because once he signs that deal, he's stuck until it ends again.
Yep.
So I agree with him. I think he's talented, he's young. He will definitely become better if he moves outside the country. They have better systems, they have better facilities. But from the Chan point of view,
Yeah.
I'm begging him to just wait. Because the contract ends at the end of this year. I'm begging him to wait. After the Chan, then if he can negotiate with, because trust me, once he's not signing the deal, it means he's already in talks with other clubs.
Yeah.
He knows that there are people who are, there's concrete interest from elsewhere. And he knows where he's going, or he has an idea of
Good
where he's
idea.
going after that. So I'm just hoping that when it ends on the 31st of December, he can wait it out a bit, play the Chan, and then go. Because even the Chan is such a big platform that will propel you.
Yep.
A lot of eyes will be on the Chan, and a lot of eyes will be there.
If Bissouma got his breakthrough after playing the Chan,
in the Chan, I can say that look, if he can even sign a short-term contract with Hearts of Oak, let's say a three.
He can go to the
I'm worried about Hearts of Oak losing another player for free. But it's become like a norm.
On that one, I don't care. On that one, I don't care because that's good to see. That's how they are running the football club.
That's how the club is being run.
Profit for anything. We did a list last time. We did a list out of the number of
with Cobbler.
They are over 60. They are over 60 players. They are counting from 2015. They are over 60.
What's going on there?
That's how
When
gone
the team
for
I
free.
feel
Kwame Kizito, Thomas, all of them
Oh
free.
no, is there. Akambi is there. They are still there. They
So
are
what,
still there.
is it as if the team does not have
Remember the Joseph Eson?
Yep. Yep. They don't have a competent enough machinery to orchestrate transfers out to the club, or they don't have enough pool power to retain their players to get value for. I don't know
I
what's
think what
going
they
on.
do is they it's sad to say, but I think they overestimate themselves. They
They seem to think that we are hard to focus,
Yes,
so
yeah.
you will want to extend.
exactly, and then they wait it out and they wait it out, and when they realize that the player really doesn't care and the player wants to leave, then they become and they get.
As for
It's happened.
Banya, I will advise him.
He should leave. He's
If you show Akashimoko paper kwakabahale, like a plain paper, because they are very capable. They'll give you a plain. I think you see the way I'm looking at the paper. Put it on YouTube, very plain. But in between the paper, there are contracts, there clauses there.
You mean invisible ink?
I'm telling you honestly.
Good.
I'm telling you. Henceforth, you should not accept any form of paper from anybody, because you could see the paper very plain like this. They will just tell you, put your thumbprint here. We are going to do. When you thumbprint, you say, no, they will go and put the words there. They will come. No more. No. Osan. I can wait now.
This conspiracy theory is wild. But
That's okay. So
no, you see, it's a big club. Hasbrook's a big club. This is a serious pronouncement you're making. I don't think they work.
I'm saying that
the players
I'm
work.
advising Banye.
yeah,
He shouldn't sign any plain shit.
Or for his own benefit, he should stay away from any paper.
Any paper. Elijah Kambi, Odote, Dr. Now, Paris, don't receive any paper from those whose name are mentioned. Don't.
Let me read a few text messages. This one here is from Nijan from Takrady. Says, hi Ben, my Friday is always complete when I listen to Panorama. You guys are doing a great job and you are live. Lipu Mama says, great evening. I ask again, is Klopp still at post? Oh, Lipu Mama.
Klopp is there. Where is he?
Is Klopp still at post? He says, I just hope Jesus and his disciples wouldn't baptize us with Holy Ghost, Charlie.
Oh, but Charlie, I don't get what is this Liverpool fan where they want to sack Klopp for what?
No, we are in the 7th season.
Nathan,
and
don't
you
do
know.
this. Don't do this. Let me read a few messages. Don't do this. Let me read more messages. Kofi Inside Teshi says, thank God it's Friday. I'm so happy. My darling team Citi taught some people how football is played. It's time a so-called big team stopped singing Glory, Glory Man United because their glory days are far gone. Man U were so lucky that Foden, De Bruyne and Co were taken off anchor. They would have chopped a minimum of what? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Okay, I expect Everton to score against United, minimum of 4 goals. Okay, let me read more messages.
Charlie, I'll tell you a story. When you finish I'll tell you.
Charlie, this one says, it's another freaky, funky Friday night. Thumbs up for Graham Potter for the massive win over his AC Milan counterparts in the UEFA Champions League. May we continue to see more victories. Caesar Sabala from Adenta says, good evening to the best sports crew in Ghana. I wish my team, Man City, a win tomorrow. Go Citizens. This one here says, Ben, the team, and the team, good evening. Please, I did not hear you say we are live. Okay, me and him feel inside. Daniel, Charlie, what's going on?
Charlie, you see our guy watching series shit on Quao.
Hey, Charlie,
I have his number.
You see last week,
You have his number.
I told you that I know the guy.
Send the message. I don't have his number saved.
I got reports that the guy, oh true, that's his formula. Do you know why? Chaigama had so he dey boil egg for house. Then you wrap it in rubber. Then he will take it to work. When he gets to work, then you go and join the water queue.
No.
Then you buy water 60, sit on Kwan. Then if you bring him out, then you go hit the egg where you go for her. Then you go chop the water.
So that means
You know they buy Gary,
No.
they buy Talia,
No, they buy
no
Wele.
leaves, no Wele, nothing.
What's
6
it?
cedis.
6 cedis.
Sit on Kwan.
That be serious. That be serious. Let's get to some other stuff. Kwadwo Asamoah retired this week. He's become a football agent. Very interesting stuff there. Kwadwo Asamoah played for Udinese, played for Juventus, played for Inter Milan, played for Cagliari, played for Liberty Professionals as well.
And you missed one club.
Which one is that?
Torino.
Yes, played for Torino as well. So played 32 Champions League matches, 16 Europa League matches, and 17 Coppa Italia matches. He holds the record for the most Serie A appearances by an African player ever. So there's that as well for Kwadwo Asamoah. He made his Black Stars debut in 2009, played 71 times and scored just 4 goals. That is criminal for somebody of his technique.
You should go and play him number 3.
Yeah.
How we score.
Now, Kwadwo Asamoah has been without a club for over a year. Apparently, he was looking to find some club that would take him on. Looks like nothing was coming, so he discussed with his agent and decided that he also wanted to follow in that trade. Coach, let me start with you on this one. Kwadwo Asamoah.
Oh boy.
When I think about Kwadwo Asamoah personally, I think about a guy who didn't hit his full potential. I feel like even as great as he
with
was,
the Black Stars.
Yep, with the Black Stars especially. Even as great as he was, you just get the sense that there was another level this guy could have gotten to that he just didn't reach. I don't know if it's just me, but how do you feel about the Kwadwo Asamoah career? I mean, when you think about it.
I think it's been a perfect career. Because look, how many Ghanaian players will live the dream of playing for Juventus and Inter Milan? How many? I don't think we've got too many. And I don't think we'll get too many too. But the bottom line is this guy was a proper bowler.
Yeah.
Look, I remember that game in Mali. That World Cup qualifier in Mali.
Yeah.
The one that actually set the tone for the 2010 qualification. You remember when he came and he scored that beautiful solo goal where we beat the Malians 2-0 in Bamako. I remember Angola. That 60, 70 yards pass. Assist from him to the baby jet.
Baby!
Obawo.
Oh, Charlie.
Asamoah. Nkekemo will be at the cabin and in take off no.
Oh, take
off. And pass off. Coach, nyaka esiem, nyaka Asamoah. Esiem no ma be you onye no lo. Asamoah, no na you nkeke take off here. You can flash. I remember that goal against Algeria. No, that one was the assist from Wakaso.
Yeah.
I remember that goal against Nigeria, the header. In the quarter, was it the semi-finals?
Semi-finals.
No, the semi-finals. Angola paid the price in the quarter-finals. And then I remember Kwadwo Asamoah in the 2010 World Cup. That midfield of himself, Kevin Prince Boateng and Pablo Anthony Annan. Obawo blue. 2 touches.
Quick.
Benochi no passes, no Benochi no manye.
Simple.
Asamoah Obawo.
Baby!
Look, he brought something different to our team.
Yeah.
Technically, he was so good.
Too good.
He hardly gave the ball away. He retained possession. And that is what every coach will want in the midfield.
Retain possession.
Most importantly, he made sure we retain possession. And most often too, in the attacking third of the opponent.
Yeah.
I remember that assist
Oh.
against Portugal
Outside
in
of the
2014.
foot.
With the outside of the foot,
Filthy.
where he could have just locked his waist could have just gone
But
back.
his waist is flexible. Flexible waist.
Imagine Ekuta Obawo.
Oh,
Oh,
Charlie,
Charlie.
don't do this.
Oh, Asamoah.
Flexible waist, hey.
Asamoah,
Flex-
papa.
Ni Edumo Jalami.
Oh, papa.
You need Edomo
Jalami. When people were complimenting Luka Modric assist against Chelsea.
Yeah.
The baby jet told the whole world, go pick that of Asamoah, Kwadwo Asamoah and compare. Which one is most difficult?
Yeah.
You serious? Modric. Who that?
Maybe Modric. A shock. I mean, I've been tracking my brother. She can't pay for Kwadwo Asamoah Obawo. Onapo. No more bad matter Onapo la me.
You mean Onapo?
Onapo. Kwadwo Asamoah. Look, for me, I remember him for one thing. I remember him for the 2010 African Cup of Nations. That was where he showed the world that if you are looking for a proper number 10 in Ghana, a number 10 who always sees ahead, he was always looking ahead to his strike partner.
Yeah.
And most importantly, he had what is called the third eye.
The third.
Pick a pass out of nothing.
Out of nothing. Game of Yamona. Everybody has got two eyes, but there's the third eye that enables you to see the unseen.
Look and see.
Oh, no more.
Look and see.
You see, there are times you look but you won't see. There's no connection with your brain. That is why you are looking but you are not seeing. Go back to that assist against Angola. When Asamoah Gyan executed the pass, you know who the camera fell on? The camera fell on him and he was just thanking his God. Look, I remember those things.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And he had lifted his head high up to the sky.
cameraman
And he was
said,
lifted.
"Damn, man,
Thank you,
what a
Jesus.
pass!"
Goodness me. Cafe Mafi, I got a challenge. You know, my 10 years ago. It's a problem.
You don't know how to.
And since that thing came up, he was never the same. Even the coaches who coached him said he go and play number 3. We had a proper number 10 who was wearing the number 10 jersey. Ni two passing, passes one come on go. Ya wo ma wo. He le wo. Me the feel. No more. I try me she. Na nya ya nya jersey ni adomi. No more pa mo. No more.
He has denied it.
Oh, that be better friend on Yeko. Why would he deny something? Who did they come from? It came from me. He slept his sleep. Were you part of his dream? Who brought it up?
It's just speculation.
No, this is part of. You see, this is part of trying to what? Remember what Kwadwo Asamoah was all about. It's part of the history.
It's part of the Kwadwo Asamoah
It's a
story.
Even if you go online, it is there. I was not chased to leave the number 10 jersey.
Nobody chased me in my dream
To leave the number 10. Who is what? Me know why? Why should
But
you
he
say
said
that?
nobody chased him.
Why?
He has to say it because people were saying that
exactly.
somebody.
And I'm saying that
Says, oh,
when he
it's
goes to sleep, when he sleeps, who sleeps with him?
So he has dreamed.
So where did the story come from? Who manufactured the dream? No, are you getting where I'm coming
I
from?
get where you're
I'm not
coming
getting where
from.
you're coming from.
You won't get it too. But the fact of the matter is, look, he was a brilliant player. And for me, I just hope that whatever he's decided to go into will flourish, just as his playing career did. He's a player that personally I will always respect. The manner in which he conducted himself
On and
on
off the
and
pitch.
off the pitch.
Yep.
He's a proper role model. There are times his wife and I attend the same church. Whenever he's in Ghana, he comes to the New Wine Temple, ICGC, East Legon, with our head pastor, Reverend Ismaila Hans Mason Arudu. He's always been there anytime. So when I meet him, we talk. Manager, me tuche mawati. Ya mishra will be brave.
Charlie, there's a message coming from Saint Saki. Big ups to Saint Saki. Saint Saki and the people in Ho, they are listening to us all the way from Ho. He says, Kwadwo Asamoah blessed me with my first ever 100 euros. May God bless him. Charlie. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Saint Saki and all the people listening from Ho. He says, Kwadwo Asamoah blessed him his first ever 100 euros. So that's the Kwadwo Asamoah story. Daniel, no, not that, not you yet. Nathan, talk to me a bit about the transition to a left wing back.
Yeah.
It seemed to have caused a lot of tension and friction in the final phase of his career. Because when I think about Kwadwo Asamoah, the one who used to excite Ghanaians, right? I remember back in the TV rooms at Legon. Listen, I think the only player now who generates the same level of excitement when he touches the ball among Ghanaian fans is Kudus.
Yeah.
If I remember, Kwadwo Asamoah was like on the like there was
Kudu
this,
say e do it mo Tony, ona Tony ni do, e do, the minute do, e minute can here. Once Asamoah picked up the ball, he's always looking for.
yeah.
Kudus will turn and turn and turn unnecessarily.
He's young. He's
You learn.
No.
Nathan, just address that for me, and then basically how you feel about Kwadwo Asamoah's career in general.
I think it was something that as a country we didn't quite manage well. Because you see, when he went to, it was at Juventus that this
Antonio Conte,
it was Antonio Conte who brought it, because at the time Conte was managing Juventus. He had started, he had come from Siena, he was trying this new style.
Yeah.
And this is my take. And I think there's a bit of politics in it, because Conte must have looked at the midfielder and said, this guy is good, I need to have him in the team. But there was no way he was going ahead of who was in Juve's midfield. Pogba, Marquinhos. It was going to be difficult.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Antonio Conte wanted him in the team, so he had to find something for him to do. And Kwadwo Asamoah being the player we know, he accepted. Okay, you want me to play wing back? I will play wing back. I think it was either that or
And then the Blasters also decided that
We didn't have Pello. We didn't have Pogba. We didn't have Marquinhos. We didn't have the boy from Chile. What's the name?
Vidal.
What about the
Then he played.
Wait,
And we wasted the player who could have given us so much more, because at the time we could tell whenever we played, we knew we were lacking something in midfield.
Ghana, we've lacked creativity for as long as I can remember.
We knew we were lacking
I don't remember last time we had a team that was creative.
And I remember 2013. This was when I was just before I joined Citi full time. And I joined the sports desk, like hold the fort for a bit. That time it was AFCON 2013. And our former colleague Gary Smith was in South Africa with Godfred. And Nketsia granted a certain press conference about this left back thing, and I remember I did the story and it caused a bit of an uproar. And I remember Gary sent me a message from South Africa and said, "Look, why did you write that story?" I said, "Well, he said that." He said, "Yeah, but I mean, he's talking about the story." And it stayed with me because the reaction to how people reacted to that story kind of told me that everybody thought this idea was a little quaint, a little strange.
And Ghanaian we never accepted that.
You could tell that we knew we were lacking something. We knew we were lacking something in midfield. But we went with this experiment. I think from that time onwards, you could tell that Kwadwo Asamoah just didn't enjoy playing for his country. Of course, there were other things, but you could tell that
the joy had gone out of it.
The joy wasn't there. It wasn't there anymore. And I completely agree with a sentiment shared on Football Made in Ghana. I think we didn't get the best of Kwadwo Asamoah. Not because he didn't give his best, but we didn't create the environment for him to shine as well.
I thought at a point he was our best player, and we should have built a team around him.
We should have made a lot of noise, and we should have generated a situation that would have granted him the success he had to get as a national team
Especially
player.
when we had Asamoah Gyan ahead of him. Look at the finisher we had.
I've spent the last 2 days, or 2.5 days, reading Jan's autobiography. Legendary, and shout outs to Asamoah Gyan wherever you
Baby!
I thought it was a
Over
very interesting book. And he talks about the frustrations of a striker, where you make the run, the ball doesn't come. And even recently tweeted when Ghana was playing Nicaragua, he said, "This is frustrating. The striker makes a run and the pass doesn't come to him." And when he said that, I thought of the goal he scored against Angola. And I thought of all the goals he has scored simply because somebody looked up and laid it on.
He made it clear when you go to anytime we were at the Blasters and you tell you when you come, it's a lie in your car.
Can't differ.
Can't dash you on the ball off on the we saw it.
You get it. So I just thought I really couldn't get the best out of Kwadwo Asamoah at the national team level. But this should teach us about Mohamed Kudus, and we have to try and find the environment that works, or something that
gets the best out of him.
The best out. You see, because what you want in a tournament setting is that your players play at the same high level all through, or there is somebody who's constantly there to help you out. If we don't do so, we won't get the best out of these guys, and they would not want to play for the country, because when they come around, Yeah, it doesn't work. I know that Argentina went on this crazy experiment where they wanted to replicate Barca's 4-3-3. It didn't work because there was. All I'm saying is, if you have a player, know what works and what doesn't work, and try to create that situation for him to work. So, but Kwadwo Asamoah, what I found fascinating about Kwadwo Asamoah is his nature. Very laid back, very quiet, very difficult to get to interview.
You are not going to interview Kwadwo Asamoah.
You won't get a lot out of him.
Nope.
You won't get a lot out of him. You won't get. I interviewed Kwadwo Asamoah once in my career, and this was during COVID.
He will greet you when he sees you.
Yeah.
He will let you know that I know you or he knows you.
Yeah.
But that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the point.
Even that interview, getting that interview done, it took quite an effort to interview during COVID. Find out what I think it was at Inter at the time.
Yeah.
What Inter were doing for them as players during COVID, that kind of thing, and all of that. But look, shout out to Kwadwo Asamoah wherever he is. Enjoy retirement. You've given your all.
Brilliant player.
And I'm happy that Ghana, we can say that we had somebody who earned the respect of all of Italian football. Right? If you play 279 matches in the Serie A, that's no joke.
32 Champions League games.
That is not Italy.
Yep.
Probably one of the best places to tune or to improve your tactical understanding of football, and you play 279 matches there.
Yep.
Not
for a lot of teams,
as a bench player.
teams go make a game.
Udinese, Juventus,
First
Sunderland.
level, you
Now,
don't
Now,
for those who don't know, Kwadwo Asamoah was teammates with Mauricio Isla and Alexis Sanchez
Yeah.
at Udinese, right? And Antonio Di Natale.
yeah.
Those were his
Look,
teammates.
it is a blessing if you get the opportunity to play.
Yeah,
with
right,
good
right,
players.
right. Though is literally tweeting as he says that the Udinese team had Amaro, they had Alexis Sanchez, Isla, Di Natale, but Asamoah was on set piece duty. Tells you
You
the
had all these
quality
guys, and
he
Kwadwo
possessed.
Asamoah
Yep.
was playing
Yep.
the set
His
piece.
technique was like over the top.
So
Look,
shout out to him.
Pello and Co. They respect him, Papa. And,
Yeah,
and
that's
look,
another
if
hell of
you
a
can
football.
command respect from and Repello, the Obojibo.
Look, Daniel, just give me a quick word on Kwadwo Asamoah. You look like you were shaking your head at a few things that were
Yeah,
said.
you see, I where I've reached right now, I understand, and I feel like it is fair to start analyzing things from the team's point of view before the player's point of view.
Okay.
If we are being honest, at the time Kwadwo Asamoah was asked to play left back, Hans Edusape was on his last legs. We didn't have a left back. We didn't. And if we are being honest, at that World Cup, he was by far our best.
Yeah,
player.
that's true.
At left
Even
back,
at left back.
he
Oh, yes.
excelled.
Yes, he did.
He did it, you see, and that's what I admire about the player. His ability to play different roles and totally excel,
Yeah.
like completely.
But do you
And
think that
everything
it
he
was
was doing.
worth playing your most creative player in an
That is where the
unfamiliar
problem
role?
Yes.
was.
Do you know why? I'm saying
Why?
that?
No.
Do you know
Why?
why I'm saying that?
Why?
Because the Black Stars didn't struggle to create opportunities.
Okay.
In Germany, the
2014
2014 World Cup,
2014.
2014 World
The
Cup,
team didn't really.
That's
we
when he
didn't
played as
struggle to
left back,
create opportunities. We had
That was actually one of our
yes,
best World Cups in
there
terms
was
of performance.
KP, there was Muntari playing in midfield. There was creativity. And that's what I'm saying. That when a coach looks at it, yes, you are our best creative player, but at the same time also, you're also our best left back. We need somebody to cover there. You look at the opposition we are facing, they have strength on the wide areas. You've already played there at club level, so you are used to the rule. You understand it. Can you help us?
And to be fair, he hadn't played in central midfield for a very
For a
long
while.
time.
Yeah, that's true.
And what I love about it is that his ability also to show his creative side even from the
From left
left
back,
side. And that goal that he assisted
Yeah.
ABJ just shows how good he was. And what people also don't remember, you see, and another thing I'll see, a lot of people like to analyze football from an offensive side first. I know and I understand it because football is meant for
It's about
entertainment.
scoring goals.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you remember the Germany game, there was this last minute chance that Muller got.
That tackle.
Yeah.
He came out of nowhere, came to cover. I've forgotten who the centre
Yeah.
back was. Came to cover him, made a last ditch tackle. In fact, it was a free chance. Germany had won the game, and he made that tackle. And it's not just that tackle, but you see, for a creative player to remodify himself
Yeah.
and be a very good balanced left back, defensively and offensively also, you have to give props to him. And you also
It
need to
adds to
give
the quality of the
yeah,
player.
you also need to give
Not
props
everybody would
to
have
the
done
head
that.
coach for taking the bold decision because at club level he was playing at wing back.
Yeah.
At national team level, for him to take that bold decision and say fine, Hans Edusape is on his last legs. He can't give us what we want defensively and offensively. He can exist over there, but he's not as good as he was 4 years ago. So you try and modify yourself, do this role for us.
Yeah.
It's not, look, it's part of, it's the same as we really didn't think he should have been playing midfield at the point where Van Persie came to Man United. In fact, the season before Van Persie came to Man United, Rooney had finished 3 goals behind him in the goal king race. So he as a player will think about it and say no. Man United didn't get the best out of him that following season. But from a team's point of view,
He was brilliant.
it was brilliant because he filled in that gap that the team needed. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes let's look at it like that. It's nice. He was exciting to watch at the number 10, but when you take him out of the number 10, did the team struggle to create? I don't think so. We were still scoring goals. We were still playing well. But had he not played the left back, we have suffered. Yes, I think so.
That's a good side of the argument to expose. Pichichi, let me give you the last word on Asamoah, and then we'll do some Premier League.
I think the question was if we've gotten or we had the best from his potential, which I think so. We all agree it's no. Yes, Danny highlights his positives at the left back position, but I think that if you are to give the managers then this time around the same opportunity to use him as left back, they will think twice about that opportunity. They will feel that yes, he speaks about he being able to play multiple roles and all that. But see, you look at what will be best for the player. Yes, he was able to modify himself, play as a left back and all that. But if he was also our number 10, we could have won certain games at the World Cup.
With ease,
yes.
Charlie.
If he was our number 10, despite being able to fit more at the left back position, at the number 10, we could have outscored some opponents and won the game and qualified. So I think some of them will reflect on that World Cup and be like, okay, yes, we took a gamble then, it didn't work. If now we had a chance to play with us as number 10, we have done so. I think yes, some of them will choose yes to play as number 10 and potentially win some of the games. I think that as a player, we all know what he did for Ghana, fantastic by all standard. But as a nation, we didn't get enough from Kwadwo. We just experimented with him too much and we lost the value of Kwadwo.
Man, I think he started his career off so well. But you know what? One thing that hurts me about football is like I get hurt when I see a footballer who is great offensively, and then some coach puts him in a role that literally kills his offensive instincts and turns him into like I'll give it. Mikel Obi is a prime example. Like I saw him when he was coming out of Lyn Oslo when there was the Chelsea Man United tussle for him. He was such a brilliant offensive player, and then all of a sudden they converted him out, and then the same thing with Anderson, the Brazilian.
He was a brilliant defensive.
He was actually Anderson the Brazilian. Same thing happened. Tony Cruz from his under 20 days was such an offensive threat, and then he became deep lying guy.
But Tony Cruz in his position is
I mean, it's all good. I feel like he could have. He's that kind of guy who could have easily scored 50 to 100. He could have had Frank Lampard type numbers.
Today
if he was playing offensively.
We are highlighting his numbers.
Very, very low.
Very, very
4
low.
goals.
Very, very low. 4 goals.
For that quality?
Coach Jimmy. He's got double
figures in us.
I feel like he's that kind of player whose game is defined by more than numbers.
Yeah, and even club football, he wasn't scoring.
Yeah, he wasn't scoring as well.
Where he was being played at the club.
Yeah.
But he was in central.
I'm saying that if you look at his performances as number 10,
Yeah.
the sort of danger he posed
Yeah.
to the opponent and how well we were.
He was shooting from long range.
Like 30 yards.
You know, I always say if I was thinking about it the whole week, when the story of his retirement came out, I said if I had a chance to interview him, I'd ask him one question.
Yeah, he would need to come clear.
Does he have regrets when he looks at his career stats and say, did he wish he scored more? I'd love to.
No,
hear his
I
answer.
think I've had an interview with or he myself had spoken on the matter.
And he said,
I think preferably he wanted to play in midfield.
yes.
You would have preferred.
Yeah.
Even in his last days with the Black Stars,
As a number 10.
there was some contention with him
where he said,
and
if I'm
Nketsia
going to play number
and there was a
10
falling
in
out.
He wanted a number 10.
He said, look, as a player, I remember very well. He told me that he would have preferred to play number 10.
Well, that's the Kwadwo Asamoah story. We wish him well as he charts a new path. He's becoming a football agent now.
But look, I think that it's a very interesting choice he's made.
Yep.
I think I'd love to see how that career plays out because you see, he has a lot of credits in the bank. 279 appearances.
Yep.
He played for Inter, Juve,
Torino, Udinese. His network is very
I
wide.
think his contemporaries are the people who are
Virtually
getting
coaching now.
into either coaching
Yeah.
or they are in that bracket of management.
Yeah,
So
well, management.
I
Or
think
technical directors.
yes, that
and
kind of
And,
thing.
and,
So
and what makes it interesting, he's also had the same agent literally all throughout his career. One agent all throughout his
I'm sure
career.
he's learned the ropes. And
Yeah.
it will be interesting.
It looks like that to me.
It will be interesting to see the big deals he works on, the
Yeah.
big deals he works up, and the players he will take under
His
his
wing.
management. So it will be fun to see how he does this.
Yeah, we wish Kwadwo Asamoah well in his endeavors. Let's now turn our attention to the Premier League. Let me read a few messages before. Nee from Bowie says, Man U narrowly escaped with a win against a team whose name literally translates to they are cooking eggs. Omunwa in Nketsia.
Ammonia.
Yesterday somebody said Cristiano Ronaldo was struggling to score against Onomatopia, and I literally just lost it, and I turned my phone up. I'm like, yo, what's going on?
Charlie,
Hey, Ronaldo!
Charlie, I'm ready to name.
No, see, let me tell you something. It's just a bad patch.
No, you see,
Nothing. It's not
the
it's not-
reason he himself caused this. If you say you are
You don't
leaving
play
it,
preseason.
come and play preseason.
And I think, guys, I think it is the first time in years that Ronaldo has actually missed preseason.
Yes, and he's always thrived based on fitness and rhythm.
And now,
proper form.
Charlie,
Now you guys know how we felt last season. Messi fans.
we don't know how you feel, please. We don't know how you feel. You were being outscored by Hugo Ekitike and
Charlie,
Co.
you know,
I want you to
said
go
something
there. Oh, you want to go now? What you go away?
Nimley
Oh,
will get it. Charlie, you know,
What's up?
Daniel was doing tech and social media things.
Uh-huh.
Which game was it? Was it after the derby or after the
No, it was international.
international weekend? Daniel made him. He said, Charlie, Daddy, why are you doing this? Messi just scored a free kick.
Charlie,
I thought about it.
your
and
man
I
they
said, Charlie,
tired.
that's
See, your man they tired me. Yesterday's one was crazy. Like, he was hitting the post from 3 yards out.
It will be.
May it continue like this. May it continue like this.
No, you see, yesterday was when Messi did the interview. When he said this will be his last World Cup.
Yeah.
You see, there are some things that you know, but you don't want to say it out loud because when you say it, then it hits you.
Mm-hmm.
I know that.
It is Daddy's
Qatar
last.
2022.
It is Daddy's
It's
last.
that
Oh, it is. It is. I mean, let's not kid ourselves.
Charlie. I was asking, yes, I was watching, I said, Charlie, what am I going to watch again? No, because the bar has been raised so high.
Yeah. But you see, right now, just pray
I'm
that he
showing
does
you what
not.
we watch.
Just pray that he
I'm
does not.
showing you what we are going to
What
watch.
is that?
Ellen.
Actually, I'm saying that just pray that Ronaldo does not bring the last of his power to the Black Stars.
Oh no, it will start after. I've already spoken to him.
You-
It will start after.
I hear you.
So Korea and Uruguay are in trouble.
This one says Arsenal are going to slap Liverpool this weekend. United are going to lose to Everton. Oh, Charlie Cranton do the voice.
The Birdman.
Mufti from Teshi says Numo, please tell Eric Ten Hag it's high time he starts Casemiro in the EPL. We are tired of seeing him on the bench. And to the Gunners, Liverpool will do the job, trust me. JWYC from Pram says Arsenal will dismantle Liverpool by 4-0. Shout out to Coach Nimley. Egbu. Kulusevski says at least Hearts have played 3 competitive league games plus friendlies. The Malian League as well as most leagues in the continent is yet to start. I'm yet to witness Hearts lose a CAF game at the Accra Sports Stadium. Whatever happens in Mali, there's no way Bamako will win here in Accra. Okay? Deputy Minister of Energy, Shikome, says the biggest and most listened to sports show on Friday night. Oh, Charlie.
Oh, Charlie.
Yeah. This way from Medina. Says my earpiece got spoiled while struggling for Trotsky from 37 to Medina. Just then, the Trotsky I got has Panorama blasting in its speakers. Oh, Charlie. Charlie, big shout out to
Sell on the Trotsky driver.
What's that, Charlie? Nitojo from Tema Newtown says Liverpool has to use Arsenal to jumpstart their EPL. We'll never walk alone. This one here is from Yalminta inside Kokrobite. But how are you in the studio next? Say hi guys, trust you are good. Just want to wish Chelsea the best of luck. Yeah, there's some Yalminta to misbehaving at Kokrobite. This one is from Zalix Dwayne. Says Raman says hi to you guys. I met him today. However, Liverpool win on Sunday. Big shout outs to Atayam.
Osman.
Yeah,
He
Atayam.
post some video for his state. He say,
You know me, easy.
he say, he jog. Or he say, hi guys. He say, hi guys.
Charlie, see,
Keeping that fitness.
so make I tell you a story about Raman. See, the time Raman come Ghana, apparently he be some killer player for a neighborhood team. You know what they did? they composed a song about Rabat Osman, telling him to hurry up and come back because they have missed his defensive expert. Can you imagine? So Rahman, like so they have some song for him. No, I'm serious. One of these days we'll call him like no, I'm serious. So his neighborhood Sunday Stars team says, "Sally, your man be
The
some."
London boys.
They say he be some killer centre back. So from striker to centre back. So he said right now the people he's playing with, some of them are ex and semi-pros. So they and better is this one and he plays centre back. And he said, Charlie, the boys do some song for. We'll call him one of these days. He will confirm it. Let's talk about this weekend's big game. It's on Sunday. It's at the Emirates. Arsenal. 3:30. Yeah, that's the last but one game on Sunday. It's supposed to be a good game. Coach, let me start with you on this.
Why do Liverpool fans want to sack? I don't understand.
Nathan, I'll come to that. I'll leave that to me. I'll address that. I'll address that. Coach, it's a big game. But before you talk about Arsenal and Liverpool, I know the listeners won't forgive me. You were nearly taken to Ninai. And then some way, somehow, you managed to save face in the game with 2 late loose goals. No, you have
the moment Anthony scored that goal, every terminology just went dead.
Oh,
so it wasn't Nina.
Me, I said it wasn't Oboshi or Chocho.
No. I went to remember.
But what happened in that game? Just briefly touch on that game. Oh no, I want you to touch on that game for me. You can't do that. You are beating 6-3. You can't do that.
Look.
Just briefly.
Bottom line, like I said, Pep has been around for 7 seasons. This is his team.
Yeah.
Eric Ten Hag, barely 5 months into the job now. So his time will come. It would have been shocking for any Manchester United fan to have imagined that United would have gone in there and then beat Man City just like that. Not that it is not within them, but the chemistry that Ten Hag is building is still being tested. And on the day, players like Eriksen, who we all know is a brilliant player, just froze. The simple passes will not find its target. McTominay, who's been brilliant since the coming in of Casemiro, again couldn't pass the ball. There were so many unforced errors that technically exposed the team. And you remember we did a game on radio, and I did say that for United to stand any chance, they shouldn't concede within the first 15 minutes.
Yep.
Those were my words. And after 7 minutes, the ball was in the back of the net. The moment that went in, it would definitely be very, very difficult. And for me, what I saw as a positive is the fact that even at 6-1, the team stayed, were on the move, they were running, they were chasing, that I didn't see last season under Oli. Neither did I see that under Rangnick.
Okay.
So it's about what you want to think is the right way. Is this team on the right path? I say yes. If you go back to what happened yesterday, ask Nathan, I called him that this is why I'm happy Ten Hag is the coach.
Yeah.
Because he has suspended every contract extension for every player. He's told them, you need to earn the right to be given the money. So I know that players like Lindelof, this is his last season. Size 50, last season.
Hey, the Prince of Manchester. The Prince of Manchester. The Prince of Manchester. Hey, the person who went to misbehave at McConnell's and he came back and he gave him the red carpet.
He won't come again.
Hey, the Prince of Manchester.
Bobby Sarkis in Nagbe. Phil Jones in Nagbe.
You don't like Bobby Sarkis in
that be control.
You didn't know this before.
No, I saw that when I gave him the name. Apparently, per what Ole was making the team play, we were not interested in possession. He was just told to defend. So on that score, you have to grade him.
And then ball play Maguire.
Ball play Maguire is size 50. So City deserved the win.
Size 50.
So they won it. And we all congratulated them for that. But look, like Ten Hag said, he congratulated Pep Guardiola for the lesson taught. I like coaches like that. You've taught us. The bar has been set. The ball, the people, the cash, those with the money.
The standard,
it's a very high standard. And I have a coach who will not come and be.
Score every time they went up the field.
The coach Man United have a coach who will not massage the issues. He will tell the board, this is where we are, this is where they are. And they are the one we are supposed to get
chasing, yeah.
So bring the money. So there'll be more coming in. There were no twists. There's cash. It has never been in doubt.
There's cash.
And now that want to sack the Glazers, there'll be more cash. The cash will quadruple.
This is your futuristic plans for
I'm telling you, is it with the Glazers? There's cash.
After
Whoever
the
comes,
Glazers, there
there'll
will
be
be more cash.
quadruple cash than what is there.
Oh.
Tomorrow, Liverpool versus Arsenal. Sunday, Liverpool versus
Yep.
Arsenal. Look, you can hate it and you can like it. I clap for Mikel Arteta.
Yeah.
You remember when he was being given, I said, I think he should be given a chance. He's done something very simple. He's built the team in his image.
Yeah.
He's raised the standard and he's demanded that you either go according to this standard or you're out.
Yeah.
For me, I've said,
Yeah.
he should get people in and around party for him to take care of himself. When he will take care of the things he eats, the hours he spends in bed, what he does regularly.
What he does regularly
is very, very key and important. I think they will give Man City a run for their money. I really want to. Last week, Danny said something on scorecard on Sunday. He said, when you take your man back to that game against City last year,
Yep. You could see
Arsenal,
the beginnings of what we are seeing.
They were a
this
bit
season.
naive.
Yep.
And Gabriel, was it Gabriel who behaved stupidly that day, Danny?
It was him.
He got sent off, isn't
It was him.
Yeah, I think it was him. This time around, I'm waiting for that game. But the other people argue that the people didn't have Haaland. Now there's Haaland. He's a beast. If I come on
Have you guys seen the petition that's flying?
Charlie, it's over 2 million.
right now,
We are tired.
Liverpool is what we should be focused on.
Darwin Nunez.
Trent Alexander-Arnold, Zuku. Now they are taking the title away. Zuku.
Van Dijk.
Virgil, Kaye. Danny, are you there?
Danny, are you
David
there?
Nunes. No more party as well. Lukaku le ball to afele. He can control the
But
ball.
Darwin Nunez is not a better player than
Lukaku. No. Lukaku pedigree.
let's not do
Lukaku has a better pedigree than.
How many goals prolific scoring season has Nunez had?
He's had only one good season.
One.
One good pair.
Darwin Nunez.
Is Thiago fit?
Yes.
Then I think we'll have a very interesting game. If he's fit and Fabinho is fit and these two guys, because Liverpool will need these two on Sunday to stand any chance whatsoever.
I'm telling you.
These two, Fabinho and Thiago Alcantara.
Because when I look at Arsenal and I look at what Arteta is doing with Granit Xhaka, this is an interesting
Granit
experiment.
Xhaka is.
He's doing this.
He is balling right now.
He's moved him further up.
Yeah, the moment they start the game, Partey just tells him, your boss is here, you can go.
You mean give it to me?
Give your
and
boss.
go.
Look at Ginger and go. When Partey shows come on, he's your boss. Bah, give it to me. Let me do that job. When he goes to White, look at White, Ben White. When Partey, oh boss. Oh no more.
You mean distributing it, dishing it out
With
like
ease,
rice and stew?
ease.
Cheeky.
Ease.
Oh,
On our
Charlie.
chiche. Oh chiche. Oh chiche. Oh, on our chiche. Oh chiche. Oh chiche passes no. Oh chiche passes no. Say oh say oh.
Check passes. Let's
Say oh say oh. Partey kawaya.
Daniel, give me a bite at this. Who wins this game?
Arsenal.
Arsenal. Hey, you said that really easy. Like it's not a big game.
The way Liverpool are at the moment, I don't think it will be a big game. No disrespect to Liverpool. If Liverpool win, it will be an upset.
Of course.
Okay, but
Especially away from home. Liverpool are away from
Yeah,
home.
hold on. Nobody
Yeah.
has answered the question.
See,
What is wrong with Liverpool?
Everything.
I think
Klopp
that
is
they've
wrong.
reached their peak and they need some sort of refreshment in the team. That's all.
I think we've addressed this guy a long time.
I
Addressed it.
like
You know.
how everyone is trying to write off Liverpool. And this is what
No,
Klopp
I'm a ball
wants.
model.
This is what Klopp wants. I think that he will take this challenge 100%.
Sir?
At the Emirates, it's hard.
We are taking a challenge. We are watching him.
At the Emirates, Liverpool have quite a good record in recent times. And I think that if there's one game that Klopp needs to turn the season around, it's this one.
That's what the season
It should be
is on.
easy. it should be easy for him to motivate his players that things didn't start well for us. We are playing against the league leaders. This is the turning point. Give your best. Let's win this and reboot our season. And I think that this one should be a club challenge that he should be able to pass 100%. I have confidence in him that he will tell this one.
Nketsia, before it gets to motivation,
Yeah.
you need personnel. And that's Liverpool midfield as it stands right now.
Yeah.
Aside Fabinho, there's no proper quality in there.
No,
Thiago is not in there.
Thiago is part.
Henderson.
Thiago is part.
If changes are being done, James Milner.
Klopp, okay, he is still there, so I can't say they should sack him, but he's still there.
For what? No. Not now.
No.
When again?
One league office in 7 years.
Why not start now?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Klopp has spent what 7 seasons at Liverpool. He's won 6 trophies. He's won 1 league title, 1 Champions League, 1 FA Cup, 1 Carabao Cup, 1 UEFA Super Cup, 1 Club World Cup. 6 trophies. Within that same period of time, Chelsea have also 6 trophies. 1 league title, 1 Champions League, 1 Europa, 1 Club World Cup, 1 UEFA Super Cup, 1
FA Cup.
Chelsea have had what 4 managers during that time.
Yes.
You, 1 person. They've been chopping and changing and have achieved the same results, but some way, somehow, Liverpool has been perceived to be a more successful club than Chelsea.
If you look at Mohamed Salah's numbers, right? If you look at the numbers Salah has scored and the trophies he's won, it doesn't even matter.
Hold on, guys, don't we think the reason why I think Liverpool will be perceived as a success is because a good part of those 7 years, right? Let's say 2 or 3, were spent rebuilding the machine.
Yes.
The next 4 were spent winning. I understand that cycles come and go. I understand that teams have highs and lows. And maybe Liverpool look, you can't play like this for 7 years.
Obviously, have lost a lot of finals as well in Klopp's time.
Whatever. But you have to, on that score, I can understand why people are upset with Klopp, because while Man City and Arsenal, or let's say Man City,
and Chelsea
seem to find ways of
rejuvenating their teams to
like
win.
You balance the act. I can rebuild. I can rebuild and still win. I understand that bit, but the point is this: once there is this period where the team has to be, you see, not every team can do the 2 at a time.
Let me say this, name.
And maybe, just maybe, Klopp left Dortmund after 7 years. Look, after 7, it's very easy to hit the wall.
Yeah,
so he will have to reset, and I completely understand his idea of resetting. What comes with it is the burden of being Liverpool, because even while resetting, you have to still do the job. I don't think it is that weight that maybe he's struggling to understand.
Before you come, look, it's not just the fact that Liverpool is not doing well. It is the decisions he's taking during the period that Liverpool is not doing well. Your insistence on playing James Milner, your insistence on starting Henderson, these things. Your insistence on not trying to modify Trent Alexander
and not trying to give him a competition.
You see, okay, but what is there? You are talking about milk. I don't think.
Why is there nothing there?
Later, relax.
I'm saying that
part of a manager's job. Part of a manager. That's why I always say this thing. Managing is not tactics. It goes managing a transfer window, knowing the players and the targets you should go and get. The fact that Liverpool went on the last day to buy Asamoah tells you that they
needed. Guess what? No, guess what? Breaking news. Asamoah is injured. Asamoah is an injury-prone player, and you went to get injury-prone Asamoah to come and supplement Oluman Milner and side passing Jordan Henderson.
Come on. I was saying that. So
later, let me just tell you the Liverpool club story one second.
So are we saying that? So yes, he's made mistakes.
All good things come to an end.
He should not be making the
all good things come to an end.
His gamble hasn't worked, but I think he needs some few.
Many times.
This time.
To do what?
See, I think the call from Nketsia and the
What do
you want to see to know that Liverpool are back on track? Let me ask.
One poor result, poor run of results.
I was asking what.
No, I'm saying what do you need to see? You said he should be given time. In that time, what do you need to see to say that okay, Liverpool can compete with Manchester City again? What should he do to buy him more time?
He should be beating Arsenal and go simple. If not, sack him quick, Charlie.
I still think
7
that
years.
Yeah, he needs to start getting the wins, and he needs to get the likes of Darwin Nunes.
Oh, I forgot it.
Mohamed
Darwin Nunez says that he doesn't even understand Jurgen Klopp when he talks, and that after Klopp talks, he has to go and get translation from Firmino and Fabinho and Co. Are you kidding me? He says the player says that he is struggling to set
The player
£100 million player.
This is normal. Allow
Players are struggling to
See,
understand Ferguson.
I think that it's because the gamble he took hasn't worked.
That's what I'm saying.
Him. His attack hasn't really clicked for him. Just be patient.
Let me just finish.
Mohamed Salah, who scores with ease? Sorry, Mohamed Salah, who scores with ease, has to go and play as what?
By the corner flag.
See, listen, and you see, if there's one thing I hate about Jurgen Klopp, it is the lack of competition he has created within this Liverpool team. Look, Jurgen Klopp will play a player for if Robertson is fit 5 years, Robertson will not sit on the bench in 5 years. If Alexander Arnold is fit in 5 years, he will play him for 5 years running until the player's legs collapse from under him. Jurgen Klopp has made it impossible for for Konaté to give Van Dijk pressure. Jurgen Klopp has made it impossible for Joe Gomez to give Trent
Van Dijk is
pressure.
a good defender.
Jurgen Klopp sent Marco Gruitch. Did you watch Marco Gruitch play?
Yes.
Marco Gruitch is a really, he sent Marco Gruitch away to give Milner playing time. How can you tell me this story? A shock! How can you tell me this story? I say
Mohamed Salah, who will guarantee you
as a Liverpool fan,
goals,
and Liverpool fans worldwide, Liverpool appreciates Klopp for ending the long Premier League drought.
30 years.
We appreciate him for the Champions League, for the Club World Cup. Like I'm always saying, all good things come to an end. Look, Liverpool can wallow in the nostalgia and say our general manager, our passionate motivator.
Chris, I'm not saying
Klopp will not be a Ferguson or a Wenger. His tenure has come to an end.
I'm not saying that.
And people keep saying things like, who will come if Jurgen Klopp gets? Tuchel is free. Zinedine Zidane is walking free.
I love him, it's a job.
Sampaoli is walking free. Rafa Benitez, I'll take Rafa Benitez back at Liverpool. There are a lot of coaches who are walking free, who are elite managers. So let's not act like there's nobody out there capable of coaching Liverpool. They're all unemployed.
Then when that time comes, we will admit it's time for him to leave.
When we time again?
This is the time.
No, not now.
The game is on Sunday.
Will he win the league this season?
No.
So that is 1/8. Must sack him and stuff.
Daniel Koranteng Pichichi Ego will be here on Sunday to take you through that game. Premier League Sports Panorama proudly brought to us by Betway and Good Day Energy Drink. Now, Betway says you feel the thrill of the new season with Betway's latest promotion. Beat the odds this season, and you could win a share of 3 million cedis in prizes, including a trip to Qatar and fuel vouchers. You could even walk away with a grand prize of 250,000 cedis in cash. Koso or Betway. Enter today at betway.com.gh, regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Look, Charlie, the weekend they come. Investors, for me, Quao, Charlie, some small coins for cry. Betway say, Koso or Betway.
Charlie,
I want to sing happy birthday for my boss.
it's a serious one. Oh, Prosper.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh! Oh!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Look, the General Secretary.
Prosper Harrison Ado.
The General Secretary.
Prosper Harrison
You
Ado.
mean
No more.
the
Body
general?
number 1. Anyebu.
Oh, Charlie.
Anyebu.
Anye. Aka Academy. Oba Wo.
Oh,
Blelby.
Blaubi.
Charlie.
Apa abono ba twa.
Oh, Charlie.
Mambis
Oh, Charlie.
Odumo
Charlie.
jalami.
Oh, Charlie.
Odumo jalami. Happy birthday to Prosperado, the General Secretary
General
of the
Secretary.
Ghana Football Association.
Big,
from the Sports Panorama
for the
team.
Sports Panorama
Let me
team.
cheat then, cheat. No more. Let me
Prosper
cheat.
can just surprise us out of the blue
Quick,
and just come and,
boom.
you know.
Quick.
We love it,
She
we
no
love
more
it.
birthdays a tracksuit tobacco. Tracksuit tobacco. Really? That mean the boss really.
Don't do
No more
this.
tracksuit tobacco. Big boy fight. I need that shit.
Big shout outs to the people at Rana Motors. Yeah, Charlie, Rana Motors are doing some brilliant work as far as Qatar 2022 is concerned. So big shout outs to the people at Rana Motors. Any shout outs before we go?
Shout outs to Khalid Koulibaly.
Pichichi.
Guys, shout out to Kofi Bolasi.
Yeah, Bolasi. Pichichi.
Bolasi.
Bolasi come like trouble. Wow. See, ever since Bolasi put on his wig,
He go learn the law.
he put on it.
cause trouble.
Shout out to Bolasi, regardless. Thank you guys for doing the listening. My name is Benjamin Nketsia. You had Daniel Koranteng. You had Evans Ofotsu Manso, aka Pichichi. Nathan Quao is here. Coach Christopher Nimley is here as well. Retamenta Edwin Kwakofi with production in the background. Thank you very much. The link of Sports Panorama will be out on Twitter in a bit. The Premier League preview show comes up right after this. Don't touch that dial. Keep doing the listening.